Well, welcome, parents. Thank you for coming. My name's Chris Stoker, and this is Common Core Math I. The rest of my classes are physics, so I've got to shift into math mode for this. I decided to try a little experiment, which is I'm recording this. There's a camera in the back, and I'm mic'd up here. Because I thought, well, if parents can't make it, I'll just send out an email link to this file on video on YouTube, and maybe I'll become famous that way or something. But I know it's tough to schedule everything and juggle with families, and a lot of people just can't be here, even if they want to be. And maybe the presentation will be so good you'll want to watch it again. I mean, who's to say, right? Don't get your hopes up. So I've been teaching for about 15 years, and most of those years I've done either math as well as physics during the school year or in summer school. So I taught math in summer school for like 8 summers straight. So I have a lot of experience working with students who struggle with math, which might be your student, might not be. And I kind of realized that one of the keys is connection with the parents. And so the quicker I contact parents and things during summer school, the better things would always go with students, because we'd be on the same page about what's going on. So that's kind of why I wanted to do a video, so parents, we can kind of connect a little bit quicker. So, kind of the deal with Common Core Math, if this is the first year you've been involved with it, or first couple of years, is there's this problem with the way we teach math, and that's that 70% of people who've been taught traditionally with math don't get it. And these are adults who then say, I didn't really get that, or that didn't really work for me. And so it's like, if there's 70% of the people you're teaching it's not working for, then there's like a problem, right? And the problem is best summed up, I'm going to do a demo for you guys. Is that okay? It's best summed up kind of like this, is the way we see traditional math education is sort of like, here's the student, here am I, the font of all math knowledge, and I will pour it into their heads, right? And we pour for a while, stop, take a quiz, they spit it back, pour a little bit more, stop, they take a test, spit some back, right? And that's how we go throughout the year. But, the problem is that just isn't how 70% of people learn. What's a huge percentage? And so what they've found that people learn more like, and that their brain is more like, is these Legos, that you already have these ideas about math and relationships in your head. And so it's not so much putting stuff in your head, it's seeing if what you have in your head fits what is really going on in the math world. What really represents having good skills and good ways of seeing problems and problem solving and all that. So when students, their brains are really like this, right? But we're doing traditional instruction kind of like this, then we get something that's kind of like this. And 70% are saying, I didn't really like that all that well. Now, if you're in the 30%, then you're probably like a math teacher, like me. Like, it worked pretty well for me. Or if you got math in high school and stuff, then you're probably in that 30%. But if you're not, then you might be, maybe feel like you didn't have the math gene or whatever, right? And so Common Core Math is trying to change the way we teach math so that it's a lot more helping students make sense of things on their own without you telling them exactly what to say, and then you kind of guide them in the process, and you still do direct teaching, but after they've already kind of beat their head against it for a while. So they've kind of partially made sense of it on their own, then you swoop in and kind of help guide their thinking to better models and to better ideas. So my job is a lot less of pouring and a lot more of helping them think about what's in there and rebuild. That, in a nutshell, is what Common Core is trying to do. Now, there's a lot being said on Facebook and wherever else about Common Core, and so the issue, I guess, is how it's implemented may be not always that great. Like, we don't have textbooks, right? We have this online worksheets that students work through, so if they bring it home and it's this different kind of stuff, like, what are you supposed to do? I mean, if you remember math at all even, how are you supposed to help with this stuff you've never seen before? That's a problem. We don't have a good solution for that. There's video links, at the bottom and things, and there's resources online, yes, but there's not a great answer for how to do that. Because most of the math teachers have never learned the way they're being taught to teach right now. And so they're learning how to teach this new way. How can we expect you as parents who haven't ever taught it before to help your kids? So I don't know. I wish I had an answer for that. I don't. So we have MAV time in the mornings, 7:15 to 7:35. Students can come in. Not enough students come in for help. My room is way too empty every morning because students don't come in. And I know it's early, and who wants to get up early and all that, right? But that's the best thing I could say is have them come in and get help. So if they try the homework the first night rather than waiting to the second night and they don't get it, then that gives them a shot to come in. And if they can't come in the morning, come in at lunch, or stop in after school. I try to make myself very available. Questions? I've been blabbing for a while.
So how is it, they get these assignments, they bring them back, do you go over these, or do you, and then,
Yeah.
and how is it, so they get the assignments back?
What I do is a homework check, so they just or work on some kind of problem, and I go around and give them completion points.
Okay.
And so as long as they've given it a shot, they're going to get the full points. And so then, there's going to be stuff that they didn't fully get on the homework. We're going to go through all those problems, help make sense of it. The way this worksheet curriculum is sometimes they'll throw stuff at them that we haven't talked about that much, and they want to see how much they remember or how much they can figure it out. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be some things that I haven't covered, and stuff. Other questions? So they can turn things in late. You probably want to know that as long as we're still in the same unit. So right now we're doing Module 1. There'll be 4 modules or units per semester. So, we're looking at 3 to 4 weeks for a unit. So as long as we're still in that unit, they can still turn stuff in late. They can retake quizzes and tests and get up to an 80% on it if they don't do well. I try to set it up so that I'm not punishing them for learning it more slowly or for being a knucklehead and not really working for a while so that it doesn't ruin the whole semester for them, because I'm kind of a big believer in that as well. Let's see, anything else on my notes? That's about it, I think. No other questions? I'm like done 2 minutes early. Yes, thank you. Question.
Sure. So what module are you in right now?
We're doing Module 1.
What is the curriculum? What's the core? What do you have?
Oh, right now we are working on solving equations and graphing lines. So they're kind of like 2-step equations, but they're also throwing in some properties of numbers and a few other tidbits like that. So the first module, I'll be honest with you, it isn't really great. This unit, I didn't develop any of it. It's a little bit wishy-washy, I think. They're telling me that the modules 3 through 8 are a lot better done than the first 2. This is my first year teaching this Common Core, so.
So you're this is a pilot, if you will.
Yeah, they don't even have Common Core Year 3 written yet. That's supposed to happen next year. So we're using the materials that are from Utah. The Utah Department of Education's put them together and put them on a website called the Mathematics Vision Project, because it's free for the materials, and then you pay for like the teacher's edition or something like that. So that every worksheet we do is available at the Mathematics Vision Project. They don't really have the answers there or much help there, but all the worksheet stuff is available.
My other daughter always had this, math classes were named different, so when is algebra?
Right, so traditionally if you have a freshman, they would come in and take algebra, then geometry sophomore year, right, and go on. Now with this approach, it's a tougher version of algebra, and it has geometry mixed in. This year.
Oh, okay.
So
next year.
So next year then it is sort of like geometry and algebra 2 mixed.
Period, 5 minutes.
And I don't even know what 3 will be. We'll have to see. But it's supposed to be algebra 2 plus a little more. Yeah. We'll see you guys.